Hi, it's Sandra from quirkybooks.wordpress.com in association with World of Quirky and Quirky Academy. Have you ever come face to face with your old self? So have you ever developed, changed, evolved into a better version of yourself? And then all of a sudden in your life, a succession of things happen and the old you comes back and they have this internal battle between each other. And basically you've got the new you versus the old you going on. And they're sort of chopping and changing. What happened? What did you do? So last week, I had a break from my day job. I was on holiday. But I was a little bit poorly. But besides that, and what was making me, I guess, more poorly than I should have been, was the fact a lot of things are built up. So my parents put my grandma's ashes in the sea without me. She'd been dead for nearly 2 years, but she was like my best friend, and part of me didn't want to do it. So in a way, they saved me the upset of that. But I still had all the upset of I don't feel like it's happened because I wasn't there. So that was quite difficult to deal with. And then my guinea pig Snow has the rarest condition ever, as in there's none been recorded, not even on Google. She was rushed in for emergency surgery on her teeth, and basically her tongue is attached to her cheeks, which means she's now going to have 3 operations for the rest of her life, because at the moment there's no way of detaching it. And checkups every 2 months. And obviously there's the worry of Snow, especially as she gets older. And literally if she doesn't have the option, she'll die. So what happens is, because her tongue's attached to her cheeks, she can't eat normally, but she can still eat. She's eating, drinking fine after this recent operation. Pushing her ball around with chestnuts, so all that's good. But she, her teeth grow and they don't grow right, and they cut into her tongue. And before that happens, she has to, hopefully see a vet before that happens. And it just got too far before, because I didn't know it was going to happen. She only had her teeth done back in January. So yeah, the rarest condition ever. If you do find out anything, know anyone who's got that condition, please leave it in the comments below. That's great. And then also, what that triggered, the Snow event triggered, is, the problems of, are the insurance company going to pay for it? Because insurance for guinea pigs doesn't always include teeth, but it's not the teeth causing the problem, it's the tongue causing the problem. And also, why is this thing grown? Why is her cheeks attached to her tongue? It's like a mucus with cheek material, apparently. So there's all these questions that pop in my head. There's all this distress going on inside me about how's it going to be when she's older. It's literally a live or die situation all the time. So that's really difficult for me. And then I've spent a lot of money out on my education over the last 3 years. So that's what I've been doing predominantly for the last 3 years, spending a lot of money out on my education, on myself, which of course is an investment. But when you're worried about stuff, you don't always see things as they really are or they should be. And sometimes your mind can play tricks on you. And yeah, I went back to this sort of girl who wasn't as positive as she normally is. I was still inside, but the new me was literally battling with the old me that says be realistic and all this rubbish. I mean, what it's like. I told myself, right, I decided, you're a coach, Sandra, you coach yourself. And this is what I do in situations like this. But this situation's never arisen before. I've never come face to face with my own self. Now, my own self wasn't a bad self. They just weren't good for me. Yeah, I used to suffer with depression up to 2012. And last week I wasn't depressed because I never suffered depression as such, but I was upset. I was crying. I was in a bit of a bad way. Spoke to a friend. I have had low blood pressure as well last week and getting over a virus. So it's all piling on, like things do sometimes. But, it was very, very strange experience. Very sort of spiritual experience. One which I don't want to repeat. So I did some coaching on myself. I did some mind work. I talked to a friend, which helps. It always helps sharing, doesn't it? And I just constantly was putting in my mind, positive thoughts. And I was thinking, what are you going to do? If you keep thinking negatively, what's going to be attracted? Negative stuff, isn't it? And what's the use of thinking negatively anyway? It's no fun. It's no life. I just thought you get control, Sandra. You make a plan and you sort your life out, girl. And you do it, and you do it now. And I have this very creative, a sort of intuitive being within me, that's me, inside me, that takes care of me normally. But when things like this happen, sometimes this being inside me, my inner intuition that guides me and my creativity can sometimes, vanish. And she's there to look after me, basically. My conscience, if you like. And yeah, she vanishes. So the old me is no good for me. When the new me came back, which I'm back, 100% back, and even stronger. So it's all good. But yeah, so my creativity, my intuition's all come back. I'm feeling great. I'm loving life again. Life is awesome. Getting out of bed's great. And I just got to not worry, Worrying is really difficult for me. As you know, from my last video, I said I had generalised anxiety disorder years ago, and I still do get a bit of anxiety, which is understandable under stressful situations. And I wouldn't want to get rid of my anxiety forever. I'm quite happy with the bit I've got. And if one thing I've learned from anxiety that no one else will probably tell you, or I haven't come across anyone else saying this, is basically you have to make friends with your anxiety, okay? And anxiety, I can talk to you about anxiety for a long, long time. But we won't go into that today because I just really want to know from you now, have you ever had a situation where you have the new you versus the old you? I need to say old new then because I'm focusing on new now, you see? It's great. So have you ever had that situation? And if so, what are your experiences? What happened in the end? Did your new you conquer the old you? Because I was determined I am not going to be that girl again. I am not going to be that person. That person is not going to win. The good me, the new me, the good for me is going to win. So what's your experience? Please tell me. I want to know in the comments below. It will really help others. I'm sure other people have sort of had feelings like this or issues come up. And it's just not talked about, is it? Because loads of people want to say, yeah, I'm positive all the time. But it's not always the case, is it? So come on, let's be honest. Put down in the comments below what genuinely has happened in your life, spiritual, emotional, or otherwise. What journeys have you been on? And let's help each other. If you like this video and you want more personal development, professional development, inspiration, a bit of quirky in your life, please give it a thumbs up and say you like it. I'd love to have you in my community. Subscribe below. And yeah, I'll look at your comments and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. Bye-bye.